hurts. Lupercalia, better known today as Valentine's Day, was celebrated by the ancient Romans. It was a pagan fertility festival celebrated during the month of February. Now, the word Lupercalia is actually referring to Lupercus, who you might know better as the Greek god Pan. That's the guy with the hindquarters of a goat. The word February actually means the month of purification, which comes from the word February? I can read it and I can't say it. But it's basically the name of the thongs that the guys wore during this ceremony. February actually means undoing the fever. You can kind of think of it as ancient Tinder because it was a festival that was meant to get couples together to then go on to marry. Ancient Romans celebrated the 14th in honor of the goddess Juno, she was the queen of the Roman gods and the goddess of childbirth and marriage.
During the festival, men would go to a cave dedicated to the wolf god Lupercal in Alba Longa, the legendary birthplace of Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome. The story goes that they were suckled there as babies by a she-wolf. They'd later sacrifice goats and dogs and don their skin using whips made from their entrails to whip the townswomen to bring fertility and purify the city.
We associate the colors red and white with Valentine's Day, but really the red is for the blood sacrifice of Lupercalia, and the white is for the milk that they use to wipe the blood clean. All of this has to do with love. Love? I sort of think it's about sex. In the ritual, they would put their name in a box, and the guy that drew their name would then have to couple up with them for the entirety of the festival. I'm going to circle back to Saint Valentine. Now, what is known about the patron saint of love is that it's all kind of rumor and speculation. There aren't really hard facts about how he came to be. Now, what I do know is that in 496 AD, when Christianity started to gain popularity, Pope Gelasius officially dubbed St. Valentine's Day like a thing, and it was really meant to just root out Lupercalia and all paganism from Rome. It's exactly what the pagans were trying to do to Christianity, is that history is kind of circular in a way. The same things tend to repeat themselves over and over again, and people tend to screw each other over in the same ways with different names. There's three guys that take credit for the celebration of St. Valentine's Day. What's more true is that St. Valentine is a composite of a bunch of men that were martyred in the name of love. And there's one really famous story about a priest who marries couples in secret. In the story, Emperor Claudius II forbids everyone from getting married in the Roman kingdom. And this guy is going around marrying people in secret because he believes in love, I guess. This pope had something against this idea, this Christian idea of marriage. However, I thought the whole point of Lupercalia was to get married. Anyway, this guy ends up in jail, ends up falling in love with the servant girl that tends to him, and they pass notes back and forth. And in his very last note before he gets beheaded, he writes, love always your Valentine or whatever. This guy, his skull is still in a basilica somewhere in Rome that you can visit. So, which I guess gives him more notoriety than all the other Valentines that are there floating around as likelihoods for where the holiday gets its name. So lastly, there's this other part where it's Lupercus and Pan and Satan all kind of interject together, because it's this hooved, horned creature that on one side, in the pagan side, is about fertility, it's about marriage, it's about childbirth, and then on the Christian side is really about something to be feared and something to look out for. I find that all very fascinating. The way that the things get turned around depending on who's in charge.